All right, let's talk a little bit about your mobile website and how it's impacting your business for good or bad in terms of what's going on right now in the marketplace. The biggest thing that you need to take away from this discussion is that mobile is a vital and important part of your methods that people are using to find you right now, especially in the local markets. And in fact, if you look at the statistics about what's going on in mobile, it's really amazing. First, Google conducts 30 million clicks to call a month. This means that instead of people clicking on the ad to come visit the website, if you have it set up in your Google AdWords where they can do a click to call, they reach directly to you. This is a ever increasing number and shows the importance of making sure you have that correctly configured in your Google AdWords accounts. Second, 1 in 3 mobile searches have local intent, and this is a big deal because in the desktop environment, only 1 in 5 do. So it's much more likely that when someone is searching on their mobile device, that it's looking for something local. And finally, the commercial intent is much stronger. People still sit down to their desktops when they're doing information research, when they're curious. You find that when people are searching on their mobile devices, and you probably know this from your own personal experience, when you're looking for something on your mobile device, it's much more likely to be about something you need right now, or maybe you're in a store and you're checking a product, or you want to go see what the latest movie is, or whatever it may be. So, mobile search has a much stronger commercial intent. So what does that mean for you? Well, there's three things that you really need to consider in terms of your advertising when it comes to mobile. First is your mobile search, and this is Google hasn't really differentiated search results yet. They are doing some look at, well, is a site more mobile friendly, but really the search results look about the same. But the key there is that with your AdWords specifically, you can do a lot to make it pop out, like the click to call, like making sure you have an extended ad so that you take up a lot of real estate in the mobile screen, where the paid version of a mobile AdWord ad could literally take up 50 to 60% of a screen versus maybe only 20 or 30% on a desktop for the mobile. So it's really important to get the maximum size. Second thing is your website. You'll see up here in a corner an example of Domino's desktop versus their mobile site. And you want a website that has responsive design. This isn't actually very difficult. People get a little bit concerned about, well, we're going to have to reinvest in all our web business. We've spent so much on the site already. There's a lot of great tools that can actually pull what you have and convert it into a responsive site. So that's definitely one thing to consider, and an absolute must in terms of having a readable, usable site online. And the final part is apps. Everyone's apps are everywhere, right? It seems like apps are growing faster than websites these days. And the thing to consider about apps is you may go, oh well, my business, I'm an auto mechanic, or I'm a chiropractor, or I'm an attorney. I really don't have an app that makes sense. And what I would suggest is for you to expand your perception about what an app is. An app can simply be a mobilized version of your website that installs directly on their phone. And the reason this is such a valuable tool for you once something is actually up and running in an Android store, Google Play, or an iTunes, is that if you have an app installed on your customer's phone, you can do something called push notification. Push notification is direct message to their phone, and the open rate on these is about 90-95% right now. It's huge versus email, which is, at best, if you're in a really strong relationship, you may see a 15 to 20% open rate. So because there's such a high open rate, and two, because there's no filtering on those messages, you absolutely know every time you send out a push notification that you're getting directly to your customer screen, and that it's coming across that message. Just like a text message would or something like that, but it's complete rich media. Once again, this isn't very complicated to set up, but it's a very important way for you to connect with your existing customer base so that you can drive business for your equivalently your own daily deals, or if you have slow periods on a certain time of the week, sending out offers and coupons or specials, or just keeping in touch with them in terms of what you're doing if you're opening a new store or if you're adding a new service. So these three aspects, making sure that your advertisement is appearing correctly in the mobile search results, making sure that your website is responsive, and making sure that you have some strategy to get to an app where you can really do push notification onto your customers. Those are the three important aspects of mobile advertising. And if you have some questions about that, or you'd like to talk more about what that means for your business, if you'll click the link below, you'll see there's a link that'll take you to a form where you can fill your information out, and I'd be happy to follow up with you and talk more about what you can do to grow your mobile business, and specifically what your strategy is.